Today happens to be Al Nasheed's 50th, and lots and lots of us would have loved to be there to enjoy the celebration. Unfortunately, we can't. Meera was very keen that we send in something which would remind Al Nasheed of his younger days. And as I was going through these the younger day incidences, and I talked to our friend Salim Jan Mohammed, who now lives in Arusha, and Ghalib Haji, who stays in Eldoret. We recalled several incidences, and we were quite perplexed as to which ones would be kosher enough for us to put forward. Because you might not believe this, Al Nasheed, who seems to be a real serious guy, was not as serious as he is today in the younger days. And there are many incidences which I think for the general audience may not necessarily go down well. And therefore, we've had to decipher various incidences and come up with something which we felt would be alright for general public viewing. So what I've done is I've got Salim Jan Mohammed on the telephone from Arusha. Unfortunately, Ghalib Haji couldn't join us from Eldoret. He's in a different time zone in his rally car somewhere around in the world. So Salim and I are going to tell you about this incident which happened somewhere around, I would say, in 81, 82. Salim, was it 81, 82?
I think Sudan was 82 in November or December.
Okay.
I don't recall the exact month.
Right.
And also because there were many such incidents, so it's difficult to recall this particular one.
Right. It was a very cold evening, I remember, and we all decided to go out for a meal. It started off with saying, let's go out for a meal. And we ended up in this really quaint bar on St. Catherine. And this was not just an ordinary bar, let me tell you. This was a very special bar. Al Nasheed was initially reluctant, at least he pretended he was reluctant to go inside. I'm sure he wanted to, but he was one of those, he wanted to put up a serious face. So we had to sort of coax him into going in there, and I think one of us also offered that we'll pick up the tab. But anyway, that wasn't important. So we went inside. It was quite dark, I remember. We got ourselves a table, and voila, there was a show there. And much to our surprise, now these were initial days, right? Much to our surprise, Al Nasheed was there, slouched out on that chair with his tongue sticking out of his mouth. Now here was a serious medical student who had his tongue sticking out, slouched out on the chair. Salim, in a very serious manner, said to him, Salim, you want to say what you said to him?
Well, Al Nasheed mentioned, he said, I said to him, Al Nasheed, you must have seen a lot of this in your medical profession.
That's correct. What Salim said is,
with a very, very naughty smile.
Right.
He said, but unfortunately, certain ones I have seen don't move.
That's correct. What Salim said is, he said, Al Nasheed, I'm sure you've seen plenty of these in the medical school. And Al Nasheed looked at him.
Now you know the difference between the ones that move and the ones that don't move.
Absolutely. So Al Nasheed, in a very serious tone, looks at Salim and says, Salim, the ones I get to look at don't move. This one does. That became a cliche at our university. It was a cliche. It was a cliche that we used for many years of, does she move or she doesn't move? It is much like you're with us or you're against us. So that was one of the sort of the cleaner incidences that we remembered, and we thought we'd share it with you. There were many more after that. Al Nasheed was discovered, and I'm sure you're seeing a photograph right now on the screen which shows you a discovered Al Nashir, and that is how it was for many years that we spent together in Montreal. All I want to say is, Al Nashir, have a super evening, super birthday. We wish we were all there. Salim, Ghalib, Nizar, myself, Sharifa, all of us would have loved to be there. Inshallah, next time. And wish you all the best. Another 50. Take care.